Welcome back, everybody. We are on part 2 of episode 187. It's time for the hot tags of the week. A lot of weird things going down. We're going to save the Dusty Rhodes talk for the very end. I know that everybody's looking forward to that, kind of. That's a terrible thing to say, but, that's the big story. So let's get some of the weird, odd, outsider stories out there. I'm going to throw out an odd one just to, get the ball rolling here. John Morrison is going to be in a film called Diablo Steel. It's about a professional wrestler trapped in purgatory who sells his soul to the devil in order to come back from the dead and save the lives of his family and friends from the biker gang that murdered him. So, basically, John Morrison is the Crow, but a professional wrestler.
That's what I was thinking. There haven't been any professional wrestlers with the Crow gimmick, have there?
The sad part is, I really want to watch this.
I would watch this more than I would watch almost anything that WWE Films has ever produced, but there still is no fucking way I'm watching Diablo
Don't get me
Steel.
wrong, I'm gonna have to do a lot of drugs before I watch it, but it's something I'm probably gonna see.
I'm gonna get a message from you at 3 a.m. some random night, and you're gonna be like, dude, Diablo Steel, fucking great.
It has the potential to be... I like the first Crow movie, but this one sounds like it'll be better than the Crow sequels.
I've never actually watched The Crow full way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I definitely have not seen the full sequels.
The Crow is worth watching. Watch the first one. Don't watch the sequels.
They're different characters each time, right?
Yeah.
It's a different person gets possessed by the Sting character.
Yeah.
I've heard that Pigeon is much better.
I am looking forward to Pigeon. That's on that movie list. If you guys have no idea what the hell we're talking about, check out Fanboys Anonymous, because we do a whole big shit about Pigeon. So Diablo Steel, John Morrison's, or John Hennigan, his career is really taken off, I guess, So, one what the fuck to another. TNA has changed the X Division Championship title. Again. It's green now. Why?
So,
fuck.
When they got rid of the initial X Division title, I was fine with it because that design was gaudy and in your face and generally displeasing to look at. And they brought in this really nice hybrid of the NXT and Intercontinental title. And it had this blue that just made it pop, and it was probably the most visually pleasing belt that they've ever had. And then there was everything that makes this title stand out? Let's take it away and make it green.
I don't get the green.
It's not even a nice green that, highlights its design. It's just terrible. It kind of blends in.
It kind of reminds me of, somebody spilled paint on it. More than, this is an actual design.
I don't watch TNA, and I really don't have any reason to, but now that they've changed the belt color, I'm actually really interested in watching the show. Oh, wait, no, I still don't care.
Yeah, that's going to save the company, right?
All right, guys, I know we're bouncing checks everywhere, but you want to buy another X Division title?
Yeah,
Let's see, there's all kinds of things wrong with this company. What should we do? I know. Let's change the color of the belt.
That's another thing that's been going on lately. Another set of bounced paychecks. And it's stop buying the fucking belts like that.
They've probably got a closet full of X Division titles. Just pull out a new one each month.
And some of the wrestlers on the roster are like, hey, can you sell those and give us the money that you owe us? And they're like, nah.
They just pay them in X Division titles.
Basically, at this point, jeez. I don't get it at all, though. I mean, why go to the green period? Because they had, the TNA logo is red. And they used to have red all over the place. Then they went with this blue thing to kind of separate them from WWE, because WWE is predominantly red. Okay, you got the blue title, the blue Impact Wrestling logo. Makes sense. And now it's just green. 2 months from now, we're going to get a report that they changed the world title at purple.
Didn't they do that with Jeff Hardy?
Oh, shit, they did. The fuck, TNA? Even when I make dumbass jokes that are oh, this will happen next, you've already done it. God damn it. Oddly enough, though, another thing with TNA's in the news, and it's not something that is about how terrible the company is. It's about some kind of a fuck up on WWE's part. NXT, the latest episode, the Hulu closed captioning 3 times in it. Instead of having NXT, it said NXDixie Carter.
What?
Audience slip, yeah.
Whoever did the closed captioning for some reason typed that out 3 times on the episode. So like, like it would say something like Finn Balor is the #1 contender to the NXT Championship, and it's instead of saying that, it said Finn Balor is the #1 contender to the NXDixie Carter Championship.
Who the fuck did that?
I don't know. Maybe
That's not
he used to
even
work
that.
for TNA.
That isn't even like a fucking accident. Someone deliberately went out of their way to do that.
Like they changed T to Dixie Carter.
Yeah, that's weird because I know some of the programs will use like voice recognition things so that they can automatically generate that so somebody doesn't actually type it. So maybe, NXT, Dixie. I mean, I can see a little bit there, but why would it be NXDixie Carter?
Right.
That makes no sense unless they set up some kind of macro or something for it. But even still, sounds deliberate to me. Who would do that and why? I have no idea.
Very odd. So I don't know if that's like something where somebody got fired or if that was like a joke that they did, and it's like who's going to pay attention to closed captioning? Let's put TNA in there. LOL.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what percentage do you think of fans actually caught that? Because first of all, it's on Hulu, not on the WWE network, and who watches it with closed captioning? That's got to be a small percentage of the people who actually saw that. So
typical dirt sheet fashion, though. Somebody recognizes it, they post it somewhere, then everybody posts it.
Oh yeah.
What is closed captioning exactly? I ain't got a fucking clue.
That's like for deaf people. You put the little text on the screen where it'll tell you what they're saying and what the sound effects are and stuff. And if you happen to be listening to a Spanish thing, a lot of the times it'll say in Spanish. Like, slams the door in Spanish.
I fucking love those memes.
So that's what that is. So somebody, they either typed that out or it was some kind of voice recognition thing, like Kaylin said, and it went to NXDixie Carter. Like, damn it, Samoa Joe, you shouldn't have brought Dixie Carter along with you when you went to NXT. It's the worst.
First you kill Tyson Kidd, now you're bringing Dixie.
Yeah, now you're gonna kill NXT. Come on, Joe. Groovy music though. Bill DeMott is going to have a tryout training camp August 8th and 9th at the GXW Wrestling Academy in Richmond, Virginia. Anybody really going to go to this? Like, after what the hell he just went through? Somebody really wants to get trained by Bill DeMott?
It's funny that you actually bring this up because I just got done listening to the Bill DeMott Chris Jericho podcast. And whilst he admits he took a very fucked up approach in some senses, most of these reports where we've heard, like, at least coming from his perspective, most of these reports we're hearing about him, like, smushing jelly donuts with asses and so on into people's faces. These are things that the students chose to do as opposed to training.
Still.
Like, they have the thing called, like, I forgot what it was called exactly.
Freebie Friday or something like
that. Yeah,
that.
Freebie Friday, and it's fucked up. And I think one time they did, like, thousands upon thousands of squats, and the idiots, like, ended up crippling themselves, and in hindsight, they would have actually took less time to train. So, I don't know if Bill DeMott deserves all the hate that he's got. Actually, listening to his side of the story on a lot of the things, I don't look at him as badly as I once did. And the internet blows everything out of proportion. So the reality of it is, with Bill DeMott, he's had years upon years of in the WWE development. FCW, I think he was in Heartland Wrestling, whatever it's called, back when that was associated with WWE. And then he took over NXT. So regardless of if you think he's a prick or not, he knows what the WWE are expecting, and he can train you to that style. So there's a lot to be offered there.
Still seems kind of odd to be like, so this guy got fired for being like a problem with training. You want to train with him?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Based on his reputation, I mean, he has good parts of his reputation and, of course, the bad parts. So I'm wondering what kind of response they're going to get for the training camp, because I'm sure there's still some people who would love to train under Bill DeMott, but at the same time, based on the rumors and accusations and allegations going around, I'm sure there's some people that never would. So I wonder what kind of response this is going to get.
I'm expecting a lot of laughter. Very humorous response.
I see what you did there.
I had to. So let's see here. Another person getting into some kind of an odd situation with being too rough. Jillian Hall is a victim of the knockout game. She was walking in a parking lot, and if you don't know what the knockout game is, it's something that's going around now. It's probably been around for decades, and it just never was given a name. But apparently it's something that's been catching on. It's where somebody just approaches a random person, just walking on the street or something like that, and they try to knock them out with a single punch. So somebody just went up to Jillian Hall, punched her right square in the face, and apparently didn't knock her down, let alone out. So they failed the knockout game, but that sucks, man. I don't want to, be walking around in a parking lot and have somebody just punch me in the face. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck?
First of all, can we stop calling it a game? I know that term is used for it, but it's not a game. That's just fucking straight up assault.
Well, that could be kind of fun. Yeah. Depends. If you start, keeping score of how many people you knocked out, then it's a game.
I guess you could do that with anything, though.
Yeah. It is assault, though. I mean, it's something that we shouldn't be, commending. I don't want people doing that to me. I don't want it to my friends or anything like that, but...
I love Tony. It's funny. Just don't do it to me.
Yeah. Right? Don't do it to anybody that I know. Don't do it to, any little kids or, old people or anything like that, but... It's kind of funny, the asshole in me's like, yeah, I play Grand Theft Auto. Real life Grand Theft Auto might be kind of fun, but...
See, I never even thought that would be, I don't know, funny. Like, assault like that, to random strangers, I don't get that at all. I think that's fucked up. The worst that I ever did was, I had some friends as teenagers that would go to the drive-thru at McDonald's, order water, and then just take them, and then, you see somebody walk, and then they launch a glass of water at them and get somebody wet. They weren't fucking punching them in the face.
Right. That's the difference between the shit that I used to do and that. I did the vandalism kind of stuff and whatever, where nobody really gets hurt. But I've never, punched somebody in the face.
Yeah, there's a difference between, water balloons and doing something that's going to send somebody to the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you hit somebody that's got a medical condition and they look perfectly fine, but they're not, you can end up killing them. It's really fucked. It's a really fucked up game to play, and I like the one story that happened in Detroit. Someone tried the knockout game. Guy had a very good jaw, turned around and put 6 bullets in him.
Ooh.
That's exactly how those stories should end.
I was expecting turned around, knocked that guy the fuck out. Just shot him.
He was just like, oh, you want to assault me? This is Detroit, and no one ain't gonna fucking find your body, and if they do, they ain't gonna care.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, that's what you get, though, for punching people out of nowhere. They're not asking for it. It's not like you got a fight club set up.
It's very rare that I say someone deserves to die, but that's a circumstance where, yeah, you kind of did.
I'd say it's poetic justice, yeah.
Makes sense. Hopefully it's not for, a gang initiation thing. I don't know about that. So maybe it'll be something that, the game itself kind of, stops being cool to, teenagers or whatever in the next couple of weeks.
I'm guessing it's just punks being punks.
Probably.
Which doesn't excuse it, not at all, but it's... I don't.
If you're a punk, do what CM Punk did and go fight in the UFC.
Just quit.
CM Punk's going to play the knockout game in UFC. He's going to get knocked the fuck out. Somebody's going to be, at the weigh-in, just going to run up to Punk and knock him out with one punch. And it's going to be Jillian Hall. She needs to, pass the buck. Speaking of a former diva who has pictures of herself with a bloated face now that she got knocked out, China. Terrible. She visited the WWE headquarters in Stamford, and there's conflicting reports about whether or not she was invited or if it was just some kind of uninvited announcement thing. The hell could she be doing this for? Nothing seems to have come out of it. She's just there to, taunt people. They're filming a documentary about her now, which is, why? But, did she, show up there to film that to be this is where my life went wrong, or that kind of a thing? Or did WWE, try to bring her in and go, yo, shut the fuck up for a little bit?
Yeah, I don't know. That's basically all I heard about it, was that she was at headquarters, and beyond that, I'm not really sure. It's just speculation for me at this point. So I'm wondering, was it them trying to talk her into be cool, or does she? I don't think she actually has any business with them in the future. So yeah, it's very curious.
The last thing I had heard from her is that thing with Sean Waltman, where they were talking on some like Opie and Anthony or something like that, and she was like, I didn't do drugs. And he's like, yes, you did. And she's like, well, I did. And he's like, yeah, you're fucking nuts. Like,
yo, Paul, that bitch you hit's here. Ah, fuck.
Which one? Very odd situation with that. Even more weird. It's just a weird fucking week we've got here. Donald Trump, good old WWE Hall of Famer. He's going to be running for president in 2016. God damn it.
Okay, so if somehow he fucking ends up being the guy for the Republican Party, fucking Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton, that is officially the worst fucking presidential...
It's a bad card.
Yeah, it's a bad card. I don't know what the fuck to say about that. It's comical. Anyone that actually debates seriously about those two, go fuck yourself. I have no respect for you.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Which one would you vote for, Wago? Oh, wait, you can't vote.
Yeah, I chose not to fucking vote. Seriously, I don't understand what the whole privilege of being able to vote is. Along with that, you have to do court duty and all that bullshit. Fuck, I've only got the American Plus card.
Because this is America.
What does the American Plus card entitle you to? It's Carl's Jr. Burgers?
It entitles me to not go to fucking court duty. That's what it entitles me to.
Knock on wood, I still haven't gotten called for court jury duty yet.
That's what it's called. I always forget. I'm like, court, jury, yeah, whatever. Fucking wigs.
People's court. No, this is... Donald Trump's not going to run, really. Like, he's run for president in quotation marks in the past. Like, he's not going to make it.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to go very far at all.
It's not like a governor or a mayor or something like that where, like, he can run for that position as a celebrity and kind of be taken seriously. Like, he's not in that position. Nobody would ever take him seriously as a presidential candidate. Then again, he had, what's her name, as vice presidential candidate, Sarah Palin.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with him. That's his biggest issue. He has to get in a position where people take him seriously. Once he gets past that, he actually has a lot of tool sets which can get him elected. He's very confident speaking. He knows how to debate.
He's beaten Rosie O'Donnell in the ring.
Just think about all the times that he's actually gone under fire from the media, and he comes out fucking smelling like roses 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, shit, if he gets further enough, don't count him out. It's unfortunate that I have to say that, but...
Can I disqualify him?
Sure.
And didn't he beat Vince in a hair versus hair? Or they had representatives, right?
What was Bob Backlund running as? Was he running as a Republican or a Democrat?
He was just running around in a circle.
Just running around 1600 Pennsylvania Ave. I want to live here. I want to live here. I'm Bob Backlund, motherfucker. Vern Gagne, fuck you. Alrighty, another one here. This one's not actually that weird. It's pretty interesting. That WWE is going to have a YouTube gaming channel now. It's UpUpDownDown, hosted by Xavier Woods. And it's basically him doing Let's Plays and stuff, it seems. But I'll be checking it out. You know, he's really into gaming. He's tried to do different gaming things in the past. Like, he wanted to do some kind of a network show about gaming and stuff, so they gave him a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm fine for that. And, YouTube is announcing something. YouTube gaming is like something separate that they're coming out with. I didn't really look into it yet today. I got an email about it, but I just didn't bother checking with full screen. But maybe it's something tied in with that. Maybe not. Maybe they're going to try to like take over Twitch or something, because Twitch is, you know, really digging into YouTube quite a bit. So pretty interesting though that he is billed as Austin Creed, not Xavier Woods. WWE is involved in it though. So, I don't know. I'm curious. And I want to see what he has to bring to the table with those games and stuff like that. But what do you guys think? Is this something you'll check out?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him play some new games.
New games?
No, I think it's weird that they are billing him as Austin Creed instead of Xavier Woods or you know, his real name, which is Austin something, right? Isn't his real name Austin something? I forget. And Wikipedia says his name is Austin Watson. There you go. So I'm looking forward. I'll check it out. I think I've heard a lot of interviews with him. I think he's got a good personality. I know he's really into games and anime and, the whole geek culture kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see his take on it. I'll check it out.
I didn't even think about that. Austin Creed. I thought that was his real name for a minute there.
Nope.
Huh. Austin Watson. What about you, Wago? You going to watch Up, Up, Down, Down? Or are you just going to watch Left, Right, Left, Right?
I was about to make a similar joke, so fuck you. Thanks for that. And now I have no material.
Don't worry, you got 30 other guys. But I just realized that Xavier Woods, he's going for his doctorate. Austin Watson, he's going to be Dr. Watson. Dr. Watson. That's all I got.
Our last hot tag to talk about, the big one, Dusty Rhodes passed away last week. He was 69 years old. He had liver disease or liver failure or something. He ended up falling down, and then complications from that led to his passing. So WWE did a thing on the beginning of Money in the Bank. They did a little 10-bell salute, which was really nice. And they did a little special on the WWE Network after Raw. I didn't check that out yet. I'm probably going to check that out later this week. But obviously, sad. When it comes down to somebody passing away, the hot tags really, we don't need to talk about it because it's just, that sucks. Condolences to the family and stuff. So really, we're not going to dive into that really. But one bit of news that has come out recently is that TMZ released the 911 phone call. And Sean Waltman called him out on it and said, this is really shitty for you to do. That's something that's newsworthy, sure, but you shouldn't really be posting these, ambulance calls and kind of capitalizing on there. I agree with him. I do see the value why TMZ would do that, even, excusing the idea that they're trying to do it to get, the hits and stuff. But I could see them putting it out there because there was a release that the operator was kind of, half-assed with it. Pass the information along to the fans and stuff like that. It makes sense to me, but it is a little bit crossing the line. And I kind of back Sean Waltman on this. You guys think that that's a little bit too far, or do you think it makes sense?
I'm not a fan of it. So this happened with Ric Flair when he found his son dead. That was the first time that I really listened into a 911 call. Then after that, I morally couldn't listen into another one. I think that's a private moment. And a moment where someone's in probably one of the most vulnerable states. I don't think it's right for the public to listen in on that.
Yeah, I think it's tacky for sure. As far as what should be the legality of that, that's still up for debate, whether it should be public domain. But it's definitely tacky that they released that. And especially with TMZ, they put out so much trash. So obviously they're doing it for hits, and it worked for them, but I don't think it was cool. I think they should have, for once, restrained themselves in the crap they put out. But, they're just doing it to make money.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of TMZ in general.
You see, if Mike was here, he'd jump to their defense. At least he did the last time we had a similar conversation. Personally, I think for as legitimate as some of their news is, they do a lot of shitty things, which just make me look down upon them.
In general, when it comes to paparazzi kind of stuff, I don't like it at all. I don't see why celebrities need to be hounded. And you know what? Maybe that's to an extent because I just don't see what's so important about celebrities. If somebody's like, oh, look at this person that's a famous person that's eating lunch. Let's go get their autograph. I'd be like, no, don't bug them. They're fucking eating lunch. They're just a human. And, I don't get autographs from celebrities unless it's something where it's it's free, then I'll take it. But I wouldn't pay to get my picture taken with the Bella Twins at Access when I went. And
you see, it depends what it is. The thing that I got with Bob Backlund, where it's a magazine fucking cover with him. I like that type of thing. But if it's just a photo with someone, nobody deserves my money that much. You're just another fucking human being.
Even when walking around New York Comic Con, Kevin Smith was walking around and Mick Foley and stuff, and everybody's like, you gonna go grab a picture? And I'm like, no, he looks tired. I'm not gonna fucking bug him. He's just a guy, That's something that I don't understand when the people go, to the airport, and it's like, let's just film this fucking celebrity walking from the airport to their taxi or whatever. Like,
yeah, you like
the fuck alone.
You hear guys like CM Punk get a bad rep for being an asshole to fans because you're the douchebag fan that turned up 6 a.m. at a fucking airport to shove action figures in his face.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I have no, I fully support when people are, like, pissed off at paparazzi and, punch them in the face or something like that, because it's like, you're invading their privacy. And especially when it comes to a 911 phone call, it's like, that is the most private thing you can possibly get around to. Like, that's not storyline, that's not them putting on a character, that's those people legitimately just the people. That was Dusty Rhodes' wife. That wasn't Cody Rhodes cutting a promo on his dad.
I think the only thing more disgusting in pro wrestling media that got released was the Hulk Hogan sex tape. I mean, you made people look at Hulk Hogan naked. That is one of the most vile, horrible things you could have done.
Yeah, but that Heather Clem, she's fit.
Yeah. Seriously,
borrow a phrase from Sean Walker. She's fit, bird.
Seriously, though, it was like fucking just a ball of skin moving.
You actually watched it?
Of course I did. I'm just saying.
Then you're part of the problem.
Here's the thing: it's clickbait, but it works.
Did you watch the China ones?
I didn't. I watched One Night in China. I haven't watched any of her other stuff.
Jesus.
She's She-Hulk and something, apparently.
I'm trying to remember. There was something else fucked up that I watched. Was obviously Seth Rollins' cock pictures, and I know everybody who sat on this cast on the cast has fucking seen that.
Yeah.
So.
I only saw it because you posted the link and made me look at it.
Yeah, made you. Put a gun to your head.
Yeah, I was like, yo, click on that link and look at this cock.
And you were like, okay.
All right. That's really about how much it took. I was like, okay, sure.
Didn't Sean say the other day he has that as his, like, wallpaper or something?
He did say that.
Does.
His desktop or the background on his phone or something. He is beautiful, after all. But yeah, TMZ, fuck you guys. Like, come on. Rhodes family should be left alone in this kind of thing. You shouldn't be trying to get, here's a 911 call. Go to TMZ and you'll be able to hear this horrified wife talking about how her husband's dying. I didn't listen to it. I don't know what she says in it. I don't need to listen to it. I shouldn't even have it accessible for me to listen to it, in my mind. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it. I have no plans to ever listen to it. I don't think it will do any good for me or anybody in the public, really, to hear it. I mean, if there was some kind of controversy going on with it, then I could understand maybe, but give the people some privacy. Come on, they're grieving,
It was very shitty news in my mind, and I'm not a supporter of it. So I'm glad that Sean Waltman called them out on their bullshit. As far as I know, they haven't responded to them, because what else were they going to say, Oh, well, fuck you, X-Pac. But tell us what you think about all these different subjects in the comments below. Why should WWE support Donald Trump in his run for presidency instead of doing the whole Linda McMahon thing again? Would you train under Bill DeMott? Are you going to go check out Diablo Steel? Does the new title belt look good for TNA or NXDixie Carter, whatever you want to call it? What do you think about the TMZ stuff? Paparazzi crossing the line a little bit too much. What was China doing? You got to check out UpUpDownDown. Lots of different stuff. So leave your comments below. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back with the rest hold. We're going to do that, and then come back after that with Money in the Bank review. So stay tuned, everybody.